Hi, I wanted to follow up on Alan's question. In the WEO this morning, the IMF said the outlook for the global economy is anemic and that there is turbulence below the surface. But it sounds like you're more optimistic. I mean, could you get into more detail about what you're seeing that the IMF may not be seeing and highlighting in terms of the outlook?
So I do think the outlook is reasonable. It's certainly stronger, brighter than the last time we had the annual meetings in October. Global growth projections are higher than they were at that time. We're seeing diminished inflationary projections and diminished inflation in some parts of the world. Commodity prices have eased. Supply chain snarls are being resolved. The global financial system has generally proven quite resilient. As I mentioned, the United States is doing extremely well economically with inflation coming down and a strong labor market, and Europe is doing better than was feared at the time of our last meeting. So I wouldn't overdo the negativism about the global economy. I think countries have proven resilient. A number of emerging lower income countries continue to show resilient growth. Some of them are benefiting from improvement in their terms of trade, and they have built up buffers and taken strong macroeconomic policy actions. So I think we should be more positive. Of course, there are risks. Many of them relate to Russia's war against Ukraine and the global outlook. I think the single best thing that we could do to improve the global outlook would be to end that barbaric war. But I think the outlook is reasonably bright.
Wow, friends. House Speaker Kevin McCarthy and other House Republicans are demanding new legislation to be passed soon. The Biden administration has planned meetings to finally reach an agreement. Also, a new group of lawmakers could move to force the government to rescind any unspent federal crisis aid. My dearest friends, please make sure that you watch until the end of this video. Also, this coming Friday, I will be announcing several winners for the Walmart gift card giveaway. If you'd like to enter the giveaway, friends, all you have to do is click and like several of my videos, and then comment below the keyword of each video that you watch. The more videos that you comment on, friends, the greater your chances of winning the giveaways. In a few days, House Speaker Kevin McCarthy will travel to the New York Stock Exchange for a speech, potentially setting the stage for the next round of debt limit negotiations between House Republicans and the White House. Speaker McCarthy's office announced the upcoming speech today and said it would be about the economy. But with lawmakers returning to Washington, D.C. next week, one possible bet is he will use it to try to convince Wall Street that the White House's unwillingness on dealing on the debt ceiling raises the odds for an unprecedented default on U.S. Treasury debt. So far, the financial markets have been relatively unconcerned by the whole discussion, having seen many previous iterations of the debt standoff get resolved in the nick of time. During an interview with Bloomberg News, Speaker McCarthy warned that the financial markets in the U.S. should be very worried that no deal will be struck. McCarthy said, "We are never going to move a bill that raises the debt ceiling, even though the White House has not budged from its demand that a debt ceiling boost have no conditions." One of Kevin McCarthy's top supporters among House Republicans, Representative Patrick McHenry, shared the same warning at another event. Representative McHenry stated, "In late March, he had never been more pessimistic about where we stand with the debt ceiling." Republicans may hope jittery financial markets will bring President Biden to the table, even as the White House would likely say they would be all the more reason to simply raise a debt limit unconditionally. Kevin McCarthy could also unveil a new, more detailed list of demands that House Republicans want fulfilled before agreeing to boost any debt ceiling, putting some meat on their general idea that spending be reined in as a condition. But President Biden has complained Republicans have not passed a budget resolution yet, even though that would not add much in the way of detail to the Republican stance, and may influence Kevin McCarthy's standing among his fellow Republicans. So far, the most specific Kevin McCarthy has been is to send a letter to President Biden asking for cutting annual spending by agencies and on programs to pre-inflationary levels, rescinding unspent federal crisis aid, and imposing additional work requirements for some federal benefits. According to experts, McCarthy could also outline the House GOP's next legislative move to try to jumpstart negotiations. There's been also speculation that Republicans could try to move a short-term boost in the debt ceiling, both to give them time to agree on a package of demands that can pass with their narrow majority. This would be to line up the issue closer to the end of fiscal year government shutdown deadline of September 30th. It is when they may have more leverage over the White House. Republicans could also move a bill to force the U.S. Treasury Department to prioritize debt payments and certain programs like Medicare and Social Security in the event that the Treasury runs out of room under the debt limit and therefore cannot issue debt to pay all of the government's bills. Americans could lose millions of jobs and be plunged into a recession as soon as this summer. And that's if Congress does not step up to finally address the debt ceiling. A report from the Joint Economic Committee in March said that Americans could lose $20,000 in retirement savings, and private student loan borrowers may see their monthly payments surge if the country defaults on its debt. So friends, what are your thoughts on the U.S. economy? Please let me know what your thoughts are in the comments section below. Well, my amazing and wonderful friends, that is the end of my daily stimulus update video for this Tuesday. Thank you, dearest friends, for being part of this community and for being here every single day. I will be announcing several winners this coming Friday for the Walmart gift card giveaway. If you'd like to enter the giveaway, friends, all you have to do is click and like several of my videos and then comment below the keyword of each video that you watch. The more videos that you comment on, dear friends, the greater your chances of winning the giveaways. Thank you and have a wonderful and very blessed week.